My mom brought my brother and I up at Randall Church since I was very young. I can remember. That's just what we did on Sunday mornings, was get up and go to church. And I loved it. It was great. I was very excited about church and stuff. And when I was about 8 years old or so, maybe 6, around that age, I vividly remember my mom, we were sitting on my brother's bed for some reason, and she had her notebook out, and she was drawing the gap between us, like humans on earth, and sin, and then there's like a bridge or like a cliff, or there was no bridge, and then Jesus was on the other side in heaven. And then she was just talking about how we are not perfect and we cannot get to heaven without Jesus if he hadn't died on the cross for us. And that really hit me. I went in my room and I cried for a while about it, because I don't think I could comprehend the kind of love that Jesus has for us, and that he would do that. And it was just a really moving moment. And then I progressed in my faith, and it was always going well, Jesus loves you and stuff. I was cool with that. But then in a Grace story that I heard a couple years ago, I heard somebody say that it was her parents' faith and not her own. And I was like, wait, I think that's me. It kind of put into words what I was feeling, because it was that time I was starting to transition, have my own thoughts, not straying from my parents, but just being more of my own person. So that's when I realized that kind of happened. But freshman year of high school, things took a turn, and I got away from my faith and Jesus, and just with a bunch of things going on in life, I just didn't see how he was there and stuff. I wanted to believe, because that's what my mom always taught me, and I did want to believe, but I kept coming up with all these questions and answers that were not real, and that always pushed me away from him and stuff, and I just kind of put it at the back of my mind for a while there. But over COVID, a lot of time was given. So, the whole pandemic was terrible, but I was very thankful for the time that it gave me, because I was able to reconnect myself with the Lord and get into his word and really just establish that relationship again and rekindle my faith. I discovered the YouVersion Bible app, and we were doing plans with the youth group at the time, and just kind of through that, I guess I was held accountable if I was doing it with other people from the youth group. I was like, oh, Jesus has always been there, whether I realize it or not. He's always working in the small ways, and especially when it's hard to believe, or I'm just going through a hard time of life, he just shows up in even just the little ways. And I was like, wow, that was Jesus right there. And he's just always continuously proving himself faithful, and just being there when I'm far. He's like, no, I'm right here. I'm just waiting for you to run back to me. And he's just, he gives me lots of peace, always forgiving, of course. I want to get baptized because as the next step in my faith, Jesus commands us to do so. And I was kind of procrastinating for no reason, maybe. And just make it public.